Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 5 rounds for time. It is called Sassafras. It is 10 thrusters, 15 box jumps, 20 sit-ups, 15 kettlebells, 10 push presses, and 20 weighted shoulder taps. So we're going to go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so our first movement is going to be our thruster. It is going to be a front squat into an overhead press. So it's very important that we keep good form during this whole movement in order to make it effective and supportive and pain-free. So we want to make sure our feet are about hip width apart, maybe slightly wider. Our toes are going to be slightly outward. This is going to allow our knees to come out instead of forward, because once we go forward, our whole body is going to shift. So we want to make sure that our feet are flat on the ground. Our knees are coming outward. We're keeping that chest up and our core tight as we come down. My knees are coming out. My feet are flat on the ground. We want to make sure that we come to at least parallel, this part of our leg parallel to the ground or below. The important thing here is if you start shifting onto your toes, make sure that your toes are pointed outward or your knees, or you're pressing your knees outward. If it's mobility, so say you cannot get, even with the correct form, you start shifting weight because you're not mobile enough in your ankles or knees or hips. Really focus on keeping those feet flat. So come down as far as you can without rolling on your toes. But again, check your form before you take away depth from your squat. So we're going to squat down. We're going to use the momentum upward. So we're going to use our legs to really drive down into the ground to push the weight on your shoulders up overhead and finish at the top. Your head is going to be, your ears are going to be by your arms. Your head is going to come through. And then as you come down, you're going to start squatting back down and then again driving up to bring that weight upward. So I'm going to show you with the barbell first without any weight on it so you can see better. But we want to make sure that we are resting the barbell on our shoulders. So if we're holding it here, we're one, wasting a lot of energy, and two, we're not going to get the leg drive to work for us. So we want to have that core tight. We're going to come down, feet are flat on the ground, and I'm going to drive up overhead, and it should spring the barbell up, and you're just going to finish with that press. So again, you see I'm coming down as the barbell is coming down to take away some pressure. Let me do it from the side. So again, come back down, feet flat on the ground, press up overhead, come down. So that is the thruster with the barbell. My microphone's getting all jacked up. So if you don't have a barbell, not ready for a barbell, not comfortable with barbell, you can use two dumbbells. So we're going to rest one end on our shoulder, and we're going to do the same movement. Come down, press up overhead, come down, press up overhead. You can also use a band. We're going to step inside that band. We're going to grab it, put it up onto our shoulders, come down, press up overhead. Now, with the resistance, first off, don't let the band pull you either way. Same thing with the dumbbells. Make sure you're coming straight up and down. Now, the heavier the resistance, the harder it's going to be to stretch it up overhead. So just be aware that there will be a band that you feel like you could use, but it might not stretch, from the ground overhead, especially if you're a taller person. You can also do it, take away some of the resistance. do 10 on each side, press, and again, don't let the band pull your arm around. So control the band. Okay. Now, if you can't get on the ground or you're not ready for weight, again, you can just use the bench, but I want you to reach up as you come down. Keep those feet flat on the ground. Don't let yourself, roll in. You don't want to roll into the squat. You want to keep the feet flat on the ground, just a tap on the bench. Okay, next one is our box jump. So if you have a box, you're going to set up in front of the box. You're going to jump with 2 feet on top of the box as high as you can. So we want to make sure we're landing both feet on the box, no cliffhangers. Both feet on the box in this quarter squat, and then stand all the way up at the top, and you can either step down or jump down. Now, what I see some people do is land in a full squat, which I watch them not be able to do a full squat, just doing air squats. So don't do this and come up. That's going to give you a lot of pressure in the knees. I just pointed to my hip, the knees, and the ankles. And even your back is going to be a little off center there. So make sure you're jumping high and completely on top of the box. Now, modifications, you can set up, if you have bumper plates like these, you can set up a stack that you feel comfortable, like a height that you feel comfortable jumping to. Or you can do step ups, and you can do step ups on anything. I don't suggest doing a step up on something unstable, but like if you have a bench and not a box, I would probably not jump on the bench unless it's a really heavy weighted bench. But you can certainly step on it. That was the low part of the ceiling. Okay, but we want to have a full foot on top of that box. Use that one leg to go all the way up until it's straight. Then step on with the other one. Step down, switch all the way up, foot on the box and down, and keep alternating feet. Now, if you don't have anything to jump on or step on, you can do jumping squats. So come down into that squat position and jump up and down. Okay, sit-ups. So we want to come all the way down so that our shoulders are touching the ground, and we're going to come up using our abs to bring ourselves up, touch those toes, come down, use those abs, come all the way down, come all the way up. Modification to the knees. Really focus on trying to get your whole back off the ground. If you're just doing this, you'll have a little bit of effect, but it's not going to be nearly as much as an effect as getting that whole back off the ground. You can also do leg raises, keeping those shoulders off the ground, keeping your core tight, and you can do that on a bench as well. And raise or flutter kick if you can't get on the ground. Kettlebell swings. So for this, again, we want to keep that core tight. We want to use momentum to drive up the kettlebell. We're not pulling up with our arms. We are swinging the bell upward. So we're using our hip drive to get that kettlebell up. So the more hip drive you have, the higher the kettlebell is going to go. We are looking to get it to about eye height. A good way to check this is looking in a mirror or videotaping yourself and seeing what your form looks like, because sometimes we think one thing but are doing another thing. So it's good to check it out. So we're going to bring our hips back. So we're going to bend at the hips. I'm going to have a slight bend in the knee. only a slight bend. So I'm coming forward with my chest, but my back is staying straight. My knees are slightly bent. I'm bending at the hips, and I'm going to bring my arms back. So I want to bring my arms back enough that I hit the outside of my wrist to the inside of my thigh. If I'm hitting above that wrist, I'm probably doing something wrong. And these are the two common mistakes I see is squatting and trying to pull up the kettlebell, or coming down too far. So we don't want to do either of those. So how we kind of help ourselves, remind ourselves where we are, is touching the outside of the wrist to the inside of the thigh. And then we use that momentum of the hip thrust to get the kettlebell upward. So we're coming down. And again, I'm not using my arms. It's just a support. Coming up to about eye height here. If you don't have a kettlebell, but you have a dumbbell, you can use that and come down. It's going to be the same movement with the dumbbell. You can also use like a plate, like a metal plate, if it has little kind of handles, like holes there. You can do one arm at a time. So it's 15, so I would do 7 and 7 to make it even. And just pick a weight that you feel comfortable with. If you have bands, now just be aware, if you do a kettlebell swing with a band, it will be a band swing, not a kettlebell swing, but it's going to be more arms than it would be normally. So we're going to step, and we're going to bring the band behind us. So we're stepping on top, and we're going to use this, and we're going to do it, same movement. And you're going to squeeze your butt at the top. Same thing when you're doing it with a regular weight. But again, you're going to have to pull a little bit more upward to get, because you can't really swing the band upward. Okay, next one is our push-up. So let's do sideways first. We are going to make sure that our hand is underneath our shoulder, so in a nice straight line. Our feet are about hip width apart. Our back is straight. We want to make sure that we're not sticking our butt up or sagging down. We want to be in a nice plank position, and we're going to bring our body down all at the same time. Try to touch the floor with your chest if you can. If you find yourself touching your hips before you get your chest down, that means you're sagging in the middle. So really tighten that core, tighten up, and try to get yourself all in one movement. You can do modified push-ups on your knees, and again, your arms, your hands are underneath your shoulder. You're coming down all at one time, trying to just touch that chest to the ground. The other thing you can do, another modification, which is a little bit easier than even the knees, you're going to be on a bench. Again, same thing, coming down, trying to touch that chest to the bench. And the last but not least movement, you're going to be in that push-up position anyway. So we're going to be in that nice plank position, but we want to have a little bit wider stance with our feet. And we're going to take a weight, like a plate is what you really want. You can't really do it too much with a dumbbell. It would be hard, but you want to put that on your back. Nice wide stance, and you're going to tap. So, you don't want your lower body to move at all. So this is a great way to test that out by adding the weight. You can also use a band, but again, slightly different, but you can use a band to pull up. You can also use no weight at all to do the taps, or you can do the taps on the bench, again, without any weight. You can't really hang a weight on your back there. So that's all of the movements, a lot of movements. Pick the movements that challenge you, but also that you feel comfortable doing. So it should be somewhere in the middle. It shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too easy, but challenge yourself. Mark down, it's 5 rounds, mark down your time and weight and movements, revisit, see, check your progress. Remember to visit us at www.macromachinecoaching.com. This is where you'll find our plethora of programs from nutrition to mental health and nutrition to nutrition and fitness, amongst other things. So go check it out, book a one-on-one consultation. We also have an awesome supplement store on there. You can find the button next to like the Instagram link and everything else. So check that out as well. You'll get a 25% discount using that link on the page there. So I will see you next time. Good luck and stay strong.